Wait a minute. That's how umpire cheating and corruption and match fixing even looks like. When it's always a game for one player, according to the umpire, but never a game for another player then. That's how umpire corruption and match fixing from umpire actually looks like. When it's always only game points, only it's a one player and break points, but not for the another player also. That's how it is. That's how umpire corruption looks like. And when you actually see, also according to the stats, the entire match. A very clear example of how terrible officiating actually even looks like. Of how actually incorrect officiating and incorrect point awarding even looks like. No matter what Semenistaja does, it's never for her a game, according to that brain-damaged chair umpire. According to that idiotic umpire, of course. It's never a game to Semenistaja, of course. And that umpire fails to understand that he must award games and sets same way for all players and according to the rules, not the way how he actually wants them to be applied. He again is giving points to Chwalinska, of course. Even if Semenistaja would somehow get in this game to a break point, it will never be a converted breakpoint for her. It will only be converted breakpoint when Maya Chwalinska will have her those breakpoints. Only then, according to this brain-damaged chair umpire. That's how match fixing looks like. The way how this umpire is awarding points and calling the lines. That's how, of course, it's double game point according to this brain-damaged umpire. Of course, that's how it is. That's how it is for this deluded umpire. This deluded umpire who knows nothing about official tennis rules. This umpire doesn't actually even know when the ball is in and when the ball is actually out. Because he almost every single Semenistaja shot is calling us out. And almost every single Chwalinska shot he is calling us in, no matter where the ball is actually landing after their shots. That's how this umpire is awarding points and everything. That's how this umpire is doing so far. See, already it's 7-0 break lead because this umpire wants it to be actually this way. Yeah. There's also 8 points awarded to Semenistaja, well, 13. So Chwalinska actually. This umpire will have to correct his mistakes in the first set and then also in the second set if Semenistaja will lose this match. Then it will be this umpire's job to overrule all of those incorrect line calls and point awardings which he have made in favor of Maja Chwalinska. So far, he will have to overrule his incorrect decisions. Because no way Semenistaja is actually winning only a couple points in this entire match. No freaking way that is actually happening. She's way too good for that actually to happen. I know just how good Daria Semenistaja is, and she's not that weak. But knowing that, I really know that Semenistaja scored way more points in this match than this umpire have actually so far awarded actually to her. This umpire simply is pea-brain, who knows zero about official tennis rules. This umpire clearly is. Of course, he this time doesn't overrule a call. He keeps it as is. Although he should have overruled that call. He simply kept it because he wants actually Chwalinska actually to win this match. He wants actually that actually to happen. That's clear match fixing by this umpire. And of course this point also goes to the pole, Maja Chwalinska, of course. According to this branded umpire. So according to this umpire's logic, only Maja Chwalinska serves should be service calls, but not Semenistaja's, it seems. According to this idiotic umpire, who knows zero about official tennis rules. Absolutely disgusting officiating in this entire match. And yet another wrong call by this branded umpire who knows zero about official tennis rules. And yet another blatantly line call by this umpire who only knows how to lie. This umpire is actually expert at actually lying about where the ball is. And another mistake by this umpire. Of course, and Semenistaja is pretty darn much lost this match already. Because of this branded umpire. Most likely, if there will be another bagel, it would be a miracle if that will not actually happen. Because this umpire clearly doesn't freaking want to do his freaking job. This umpire so far have not done his freaking job. That's what it actually have happened so far. Because this umpire clearly haven't actually doing his job. He's not doing his job. This umpire simply refused to do his freaking job. If this umpire doesn't want to do his job, if you, branded umpire, don't want actually to do your job, then piss off from this tennis match. Piss off already. I tell ya, piss off. If you don't want actually fair officiating. If you don't want actually to do fair officiating, let normal umpire officiate match who is not favoring anyone. You corrupt umpire. Your weak tennis knowledge is what they caused already 9th consecutive game. So Daria Semenistaja actually. She have not actually even won any game in this match because of your stupidity. Because of your own stupidity and you being the most clueless official ever. That's why she so far have not won even one game. Because you are actually too dumb to make fair calls. Then it's always game. So Chwalinska, never game to Semenistaja actually. Never. You simply don't want actually same offsetting to do. So Semenistaja as you're doing to Chwalinska. You simply are idiot umpire. You freaking idiot if you think that all those 9 games have won by Chwalinska because at least 4 or 5 out of them Semenistaja actually won according to official tennis rulebook. She won those games, but you actually stole those from her away. You stole with your absolute corruption and delusional line calling and point awarding. You still being prick. You still being absolute asshole. You being deluded. That's what it is. You being absolutely idiot. You're not giving anything to Semenistaja actually. You're clearly favoring Maja Chwalinska in this match. Clearly. I already expected that this would actually happen. If you will favor again Maja Chwalinska like you did when they met actually last time in the final, then again it was actually almost always games and points only to Chwalinska then. You branded umpire. You should finally wake up and realize your mistakes in line calls and point awardings. Finally, you also in this set also giving those break points to Daria Semenistaja, but you so far have not actually even been giving any game to Daria Semenistaja actually. And it's again not a service break for Daria Semenistaja according to you. You branded umpire. You freaking loser are. That's who you are for sure. Finally you gave a game to Daria Semenistaja. It took you this long to realize that you have to give games also to Semenistaja when she have those chances to win those games. Not only to Chwalinska. Finally, I hope that you will finally wake up, you branded umpire. You also have to fairly give a service hold right now to Daria Semenistaja. Actually, finally in the 10th game of this match, you're at least are giving a game to Daria Semenistaja. You will not give to her any service hold. most likely in this match. Because you want actually Maja Chwalinska to win. That's what you actually want, actually the most. You're corrupt umpire. That's who you are. So far you haven't actually even given any service calls to Daria Semenistaja in this match. So far only you have been giving service calls to Maja Chwalinska actually, so far in this match. And you of course are stealing from Daria Semenistaja a point away. Obviously, that's how it is. You umpire have to change the way how you are actually applying the rules. You should overrule all of those incorrect calls which you have made in favor of Maja Chwalinska, actually, so far in this match. You really have to change your way of applying the rules. Another game point Semenistaja actually. That's only her third one of this entire match. The fact that it's only third one for her actually in this entire match, it already shows that you have been so unfair towards Daria Semenistaja. Chwalinska had serving for the set more game points than she had in this entire match. Either it's 2-3 right now, or you freaking got fired. After this point, and it is 2-3, Semenistaja holds finally. He also wins 2 back-to-back points. Back-to-back games. And Semenistaja actually turned the tables. After losing first 9 games, still winning at least that second set actually. I don't think that she can. So this umpire will not actually let that happen. Last 2 games this umpire gave to Semenistaja actually. Like he did in the first game and what he didn't deliver game points to Daria Semenistaja. Semenistaja could not go for him in the third game, but that was her total third game point of the match. Remember how Daria was not so was one fire in the town and she turned the tables against Semenistaja. In that moment she turned all the tables and she won in 3 sets. In that match, Semenistaja had actually was really much even after losing so badly. Semenistaja still have a chance of winning Chwalinska this time. Yes, and advancing into the third or into the quarterfinals. Yeah, I do believe, yeah, if this umpire will actually improve his Only 1 point gone. It was in favor of Chwalinska. This umpire still is keeping on, actually, like awarding only points only to the Paul right now. Yeah, this umpire for sure is actually keeping and making incorrect calls in those key moments. Remember how Grabber actually won the second set 6-4 after Semenistaja beggared her in the first set 6-love. Yeah. So yeah, Semenistaja also is in the same situation where Grabber was in Billie Jean King Cup. I think Semenistaja also there won against Grabber in that match. Actually also, like, yeah, show you there's that meeting. Show you how many games did Semenistaja then win against Grabber. And those, yeah, she won 6 back again. Then Grabber came after me won 3 games in a row. Yeah, Grabber then won the second set, actually. Then Semenistaja again won those games. It should have been 30-30 scoreline. Actually, according to the rules, and this umpire, of course, thinks differently. At least it's 40-30 score. Yeah, but this umpire for sure doesn't agree with the way how official tennis rules is, and that is actually a fact, of course. Of course, this umpire calls it set and 42 break lead for Maja Chwalinska. Of course, this brain dead umpire. That's how he calls. Although it should have been actually 40-40, according to official tennis rules. Now Semenistaja should win at least the next 2 games in order to at least, for now, escape her defeat for now. So at least for 2 more games actually prolong this match. It will be, but will she actually even win those 2 games? I highly doubt it. To the love. Semenistaja again is close on having game point. Actually. So far, Chwalinska had way more game points than Semenistaja, actually. And of course, it isn't a game point to Semenistaja in this third point. Obviously it isn't, according to this brain damaged umpire who knows zero about official tennis rules. And of course it isn't again a game point for Darius Semenistaja, according to this idiotic umpire. According to this loser of the umpire. At least right now it's a game point for Darius Semenistaja for the 30. Yeah, but this umpire for sure is actually trying actually to cheat Semenistaja out of this tournament, of course. Obviously. And it is actually a converted game point, this one as well. On 30, Semenistaja converts. And still is only one game down. Set and one game down. If she can just make the score 4-4, then she might have a chance. Maybe on at winning that second set against Maja Chwalinska, perhaps. On equalizing the scoreline by sets. But that given if she can break the ball serve again. She already once broke and she needs in this game to break Chwalinska's serve in order to still have a chance on winning this match. If she still wants to try to win this set. But can actually Semenistaja take the second set from the pole? Last time she couldn't actually even get close on winning even one set against Maja Chwalinska in that Montreux final. Semenistaja won 3 games out of last 4 actually played. Yeah, she have actually significantly reduced Chwalinska's lead up to 1 game. She have to win this game. This umpire also have to make fair calls towards Semenistaja. I think the second point have been stolen from Semenistaja actually. Third one as well. Absolutely wrong line calling and point awarding by this umpire. Obviously. You know. How come it's not another service break for Semenistaja actually in this game? In this set actually so far. And of course it's 40-15 according to this brain damaged chair umpire. Of course it's 40-15 according to this brain damaged chair umpire. Of course, that's how it is. And even 5-3 according to this brain dead umpire who knows zero about official tennis rules. That's not how the rules works, and this umpire will change this umpire will obviously change his calls of that last game. He will go to video review and realize how bad calls he made, how wrong he is by giving that 8th game to Maja Chwalinska. He will have to give that 8th game to Daria Semenistaja, actually. He will. Obviously. He will. If he wants what's best for him. I think that's it for Semenistaja, but she might still fight. For her place in her second back-to-back quarterfinal. And of course it's 15-15 according to this idiotic and deranged umpire. Of course, that's how it is, according to this brain-dead umpire. Clearly match fixing, and again it's 30-15 to Chwalinska actually, again. And this umpire for sure knows zero about official tennis rules. Actually, clearly knows zero about official tennis rules. He will overrule those two calls and call it for the lot of Semenistaja, or call it the next point 30-30. To make things fair. And it is 30-30, at least that he actually did. Yeah. Is there any point for Semenistaja? It's actually again called her service game. Because no way this umpire then, in this set's 10th game, or match's 16th game, if that will actually even happen, we'll give that game to Semenistaja actually. Neither he calls right now for the 30 game points Semenistaja actually, or he's actually freaking fired. And it is for the 30 game points Semenistaja actually. She fights back to have another game, at least in this game, but she needs to win this and then the next game to prolong this set for another 2 games. And of course it's 40-40 scoreline. This time, according to this branded umpire. Again, he ignores most likely Chwalinska's unforced error. Again, this umpire ignores the Pole's unforced error. This should have already been forfeit to Semenistaja after that 6th point. Not have been 40-40. This umpire, but that is wrong. Either he not give this game to Semenistaja actually, or this umpire for sure is actually fired. Game point 2 for Daria Semenistaja actually. She is still actually fighting. Remember how Semenistaja against Grabber was at kind of, not Grabber, but Ukrainian, Linikova. If she will hold her serve, then that would be kind of same situation, only for opponent, only opposite. Either it's releasing this point game to Semenistaja actually in 4-5, or this umpire for sure is fired. And it is, yeah, Semenistaja holds for the 3rd consecutive time. Of course, Daria Semenistaja is actually too tough of a cookie. Is actually too tough of a cookie to lose a match that easily, you know. She is actually way too tough cookie. And now only one chance have Maya Chwalinska have, you know, to serve out this match. Only one try. And should give Semenistaja actually a little bit of a chance. So, you know, equalize the scoreline. Can Semenistaja get the score 5-5? Yeah, she can. If this umpire will make same calls in this game to Semenistaja as he's doing to Chwalinska, you know. This umpire will stop actually this cheating in favor of the Pole. Then Semenistaja might actually even not only win this set, but maybe win actually the 3rd set as well. If this umpire will actually forget about his favoritism. And of course, this point goes to Chwalinska actually for this branded umpire. Yeah. It's still kind of unlikely that Semenistaja will actually break the Pole's serve for the 2nd time of this set and match. Even if Chwalinska has that one try only. Because this umpire, you know, will not award points anymore to Daria Semenistaja, you know. Like he's awarding right now to Maya Chwalinska. Those 2 points, as far as I know, belongs to Daria Semenistaja. Actually, this should have been 30 love to Dasha, because she won those points according to official tennis rules. You know, yeah, this umpire have been in total unfair towards Daria Semenistaja actually in this match. Even if Semenistaja would get the scores at 30-30, that still doesn't mean that she would break again Chwalinska's serve. This game, because this umpire might still not give this game to Semenistaja. Semenistaja is actually fighting back against Maja Chwalinska. If Semenistaja can win this game and then get her another service game and then hold, then she might have a chance to equalize the scoreline at least in a tiebreaker. Because Semenistaja is so difficult to beat in a tiebreak. She can actually get this game won and then get another one of her games, but will that actually even happen? Of course, this umpire gives 40-30 to Maja Chwalinska that match point. Of course, that's what this umpire is actually doing. Instead of actually correctly calling it 40-30 breakpoint, Daria Semenistaja. Obviously, that's what this umpire is doing. Stealing a point from Daria Semenistaja away. No, Semenistaja has to save a match point. And she saves a match point. What a fighter Semenistaja is. Yeah. Showing just how mentally strong she is. Yeah, Semenistaja have actually won matches also when facing match points herself. Not too many, but she have won matches from those situations. First deuce of this game. And of course this umpire gives yet another match point to the pole. Yet another one. Again this umpire takes away point from Daria Semenistaja away. This should have already been 5-5 scoreline according to the rules. This umpire for sure doesn't know how the rules actually even works. In the second deuce already in this game. And this umpire for sure is fired. You shitty umpire! You overruled your last freaking call it 40 again! You incompetent umpire! That's it, you freaking loser umpire! Either you overrule your last call, and I see you overruling your last call! Chwalinska, you idiotic umpire! That's not point to the pole! It's point to Semenistaja! You understand? Because if you actually gave a match point, second one to Chwalinska because Semenistaja missed her shot. You know the second match point, I of course should give a point to Semenistaja because Chwalinska missed her shot. Which means it's a deuce. According to the rules, you will call it as a deuce. Right away. Check the video review. You brain damaged official who knows zero about official tennis rules. You know zero about official tennis rules. You clearly know zero about those rules. Such weak offsetting. By you actually. Such weak offsetting. You need to recollect them, but you need to put the Semenistaja and call it 40-40 again. Or you're fired.